Hi, Mermaid Junkies. How are you? I wanted to share a video with you today about signs and symbols and like what that means. And when you see numbers, what does that mean to you? So I've gotten this question a lot, but also when I was beginning to go through my transformational journey, I started to notice very often that I would see signs like 1111 or 222 or 333. I mean, all kinds of, numbers, and I would pay attention to them like on license plates or letters, different things like that. And basically when you start to see symbols or numbers in sequence like that, what it basically means is that you're becoming very, very much in alignment more and more through your awakening or your transformational journey. Another really cool thing is that, I'll give you an example, is that you can create all these beautiful kind of like spiritual agreements with source or the universe. And it's like you can make up your own kind of definition or meaning behind whatever it is. And so, like, I'll give you an example. When I first began, seeking my soulmate, this was one of them that I had made with the universe. I made a commitment or kind of like a secret promise with the universe that if I particularly saw 3 white Lexus cars, and I don't know why I picked that, just I guess white represented purity to me, and I knew that it was a car that I didn't see very often, and so I thought I'm just gonna pick a random vehicle, one that I that I could make with the universe. And if I saw 3 of them, and it didn't have to necessarily be white, but if it was white, that meant like it was extra special to me. But if I would see 3 like in a sequence in a row, that meant to me that the universe was saying, yes, your soulmate, wherever that person is in the world, in the entire universe, is thinking about you. And so it got to where I would see Lexuses all the time. Like, I would count them and I would just get super duper excited, just for the sheer fact that I was happy knowing that this person that was my soulmate was somewhere in the universe thinking about me. And anyway, so let me tell you this really cool story. So I was when I first began going through my transformational journey, I didn't really go anywhere, and I still am kind of like that because I'm very much a hermit, like a recluse. Like, I just stay around my house all the time, and of course I have to go out and run errands and stuff, but I'm very much a homebody. And so I wasn't traveling, or I wouldn't go places very often. And so basically the universe was going to have to provide these Lexuses for me around my vicinity, right? And so, but I completely had the true, belief so strongly that I was going to see these Lexus vehicles. So I lived in a subdivision prior to moving back to Florida. And I remember I went to the lake, like I got on my little vintage bicycle to go shoot a YouTube video. And I would take my dogs on like a couple of walks a day, just, around the neighborhood, walk them, a little jaunt around the neighborhood, and then I'd come back home. Well, never in the history of me living this development had this ever happened. So I was really in super alignment. I had just meditated this one particular day, and I was feeling so happy and so good, because I had basically relished always in the idea of like when I would see a time, like 222, I was like, I'm in alignment. And so I would just start verbally. This is another thing about like what you can do to bring in your soulmate quicker, is that when you catch yourself in those alignment times, like 222, or you see a 999 on on a license plate or a street sign, or anything like that, just anything, like whatever arrangement you have with the universe, is that I would start celebrating my soulmate wherever they were. I would start saying, I appreciate the things that I had wanted in a soulmate. I appreciate the part of my soulmate that's going to be a great nurturer. I appreciate the fact that he's going to be very giving and understanding and very trustworthy to me. And I appreciate, like, see, it was just, in a sense, I was appreciating, which meant that I was validating already the belief that I knew that my particular soulmate had these particular characteristics in his personality. And so, like I said, I didn't know who they were, but I just knew those were the things that my soul needed to resonate with my soulmate. And so I would relish in those things. Well, I go on this walk one day and I'm relishing in my soulmate. I didn't know who they were, you know, obviously I had no clue, but I was so in alignment and I was feeling so great. I had just meditated and I was feeling so happy. And I kid you not, this had never happened. So I'm walking around the neighborhood, right? And there's probably a total of 30 something houses around this particular little area that I would go, right? And this particular day, I start walking around the development, and well, I know it was Source, but like the universe showed me within that 2-block radius, people were parked on the side of the road, white Lexus. The garage was open, 2 white Lexuses in the garage. It was open, the garage wasn't closed. I saw 12 of them in one walk this one particular day. Mind you, 2 weeks later, which I still had no clue that I was going to meet or start speaking with my soulmate, 2 weeks later, I started talking to, or I think Jeffrey had sent me a nice little compliment on Facebook or whatever. Now, mind you, I still at this time didn't know that he was my soulmate. But 2 weeks later, he compliments me on this picture or whatever, and he's been friends with me on Facebook for years, and which now it totally makes sense, but at the time I had no clue, you know. But it just goes to show you that you can make agreements with the universe, and the universe will provide those things for you as proof that, like, oh my gosh, I know that at least I saw 3, 6, 9, 12. That means 4 times that day my soulmate was thinking about me. And it just made me so happy and so fulfilled. And I think that's the one thing that we have to do, you guys, is be so content in the process of this, because it's the journey that's making it so wonderful. And especially when it does manifest, of course that's going to be beautiful and everything, but the beautiful thing about it is that we can relish in those little teeny incremental moments of knowing that I'm in alignment. The universe is sending my soulmate to me. The universe is sending my soulmate to me. And so I hope that gives you a little bit of encouragement to know that, like, whenever if I see now that I've met my soulmate, I change my commitment and my agreement with Source. And so now whenever I see 3 Lexus cars, and they don't have to be white, but I always say whenever I see increments of 3, that means either I'm on the right path, or it means money is coming my way. When I see 3 Lexus vehicles, that means money is coming my way. Money is coming my way. And so I just relish in those ideas of when those things happen to me, and I'm always on the lookout for finding signs. You know, yesterday when I was painting the guest room, I happened to look out the window and there were 3 monarch butterflies fluttering around my queen palm tree. And so I was just like, yes. And I was so excited, and I just relished in the idea that I'm on my path. I'm on my path, and I'm in alignment, and it's so wonderful and such a beautiful experience. But anyway, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope this helps some of you. And just remember that anything that you want to manifest and you want to make an arrangement or a commitment with Source, that's all you have to do is speak it and then watch for it to manifest. And so that's a beautiful thing that we can do with Source. It's kind of like playing little games with them, you know. And I hope that you have a great evening. And as always, I'm yours until my next swim. Ciao. Love you. Bye.